G'day everyone, Brian here. If you've been watching the last couple of days into last week, you'll know I've been speaking about parables, the stories that Jesus used to explain heavenly truths. And one of those stories, or a couple of those stories, are about scattering seed and where it lands and how it grows and how that represents the church. And then Mark summarizes that in his gospel in Mark chapter 4 verse 33. He says this, "With many similar parables, Jesus spoke the word to them as much as they could understand. He did not say anything to them without using a parable. But when he was alone with his own disciples, he explained everything." Isn't it interesting that Jesus would choose to speak in two distinctly different ways amongst two distinctly different groups of people? When he's out talking to the crowds, he'll use parables. He'll use stories. And like me, you're probably someone who values stories. They're easy to listen to. They're entertaining. There's a lesson within them that can take a little while to work out. But then when he was with his disciples and he sat with them and they would ask him, "What does this mean?" he would explain to them what it meant. What does that mean that the mustard seed grows into a tree and the birds can sit in its branches? Jesus, what do you mean by that? And Jesus is able to explain that to them. Well, here's one of the issues I think for us. As children, we ask questions. Children ask lots of questions. Children ask the best questions. And then we get older and we realize that people get tired of us asking questions, and so we stop. And by the time we're adults, we don't ask questions anymore. As a minister of the church, I can tell you, I love it when people ask me questions. I don't like it when people ask me questions just to try to trip me up. But I appreciate it when people ask me questions to explain a bit further what I've been saying in a sermon, to help them understand what the Bible says. So if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask them. Ask them to your minister. Leave them here in the comments. Ask them to me, and I will try to answer them if I can. Don't lose the love of a child who's not afraid to ask, "What does that mean?" Or, "But why? But why?" Jesus with his disciples explained everything to them. We want to explain things to you as well. And the most important thing to explain is Jesus himself. He is the way, the truth, and the life. I hope that as you read the parables, you'll be able to see the stories of Jesus there and what the kingdom of heaven is like. But I hope that you'll see Jesus as the way to the kingdom of heaven. God bless you today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.